Hi there, Karis Brown Malloy here, and welcome to Starseed vlog number 4. I am in Sperryville, Virginia, on the campus of the school where my husband is going to be teaching, and I'm going to be coming in and doing some work as well. And there's a cloud of gnats around my head, so you might be able to see them, you might not. I don't know why, but apparently there are a lot of gnats here in Sperryville, at least at the campus. So I'll try to ignore them the best that I can, because as you all know, probably if you've ever been in a cloud of gnats, batting at them and flailing at them doesn't really do anything. So I will practice my present moment living right now and pretend like there are no gnats buzzing around me. Okay, so today's vlog topic is going to be on ascension in the third dimension and how we can come to understand the fact that aliens are not the end of the story. And that just flew in my eye. It's a paradigm shift that's necessary, but it's not the point, and I'll get back to that in a second. There's a lot to it, but I'll try to condense as much as I can in the video. Alright, what's been going on lately? We moved, obviously, to Sperryville, and now we're here with the gnats. They're not anywhere but here. I don't really get it. Anyway, and it's beautiful and paradise and wonderful, and very excited to be here in this pristine land. And so it's great. Now that we're somewhat settled, still getting used to the new routines of being here, but I am reopening my consultations. I am a holistic health and wellness consultant. That's my day job, along with some of the other things I do. So if anyone's interested in a consultation, I'll put the link below, and you can contact me. But that's one of the things that's going on. Also, I'm still taking a little break until September 10th's radio show on Kate Valentine's Viewpoints show. I'm flailing again, and that'll be my next appearance other than these video blogs and whatever stuff I put on the internet. I'm also working on Instruction of a Starseed, and it's a lot of fun. It's daunting going through all these pages of all of the conversations that I've had, but it's a lot of interesting stuff because I forget a lot of it after I write it unless I go back and read it again. So it's neat to relearn myself all the things that I'll be giving you in the book once it's finished, which will hopefully be very soon because I already have most of the stuff. All I have to do is compile it. Before I get into the main topic of the vlog, I'll talk for a second about chakras and blockages, because it was something I was asked to vlog about. So here we go. Alright, the body is not just made up of matter and dense material like cells, liquid, that kind of thing. It's also made up of energy. This is easily seen through the medical technology we currently have, how it can pick up on electromagnetic waves and electric frequencies going through the brain and certain neurons firing not only chemicals but also electrical signals. And electricity is one form of this energy. It's really similar. And we are all generators of this energy, and we also have it coursing through our bodies. It's not just some homogeneous mass. It does run in lines like our blood does. Our blood isn't just sponged into our body tissues, it runs in lines, and so does this energy. Sometimes they're called energy meridians. That's what acupuncture is based on. It's also what a lot of energy workers use, whether or not they call them meridians. Okay, so chakras. Just like with your body organs, you don't only have the lines of this energy running, you also have organs of this energy system that is part of what makes up your body, and they're called your chakras. There are 7 of them in or around your body. There are actually more, but the ones that people think about most of the time are 7. They're your root chakra, which is about 6 inches below where your body stops, in between your hips. That deals with your groundedness, with your connectedness to the physical world, with your stability and your safety. It's also color red. Then you've got your sacral chakra, which is women, it's where your ovaries and uterus are. Men, it's about that same spot on you. It's a little bit below your belly button. It's orange. It deals with sexuality, creativity, that type of stuff. Then you've got your solar plexus chakra. It's in your solar plexus, right about where your rib cage ends, where at the bottom of your sternum. That deals with your personal willpower. They call it the solar plexus because you generate energy from there, and sometimes it can look like a little sun. It's also yellow. Then you've got your heart chakra, which is love, compassion, It's right behind your sternum, not exactly where your physical heart is. It's in the middle of your chest. It's green. The heart chakra is what's being developed in this next stage of human evolution. Then above your heart chakra, there's your throat chakra. It's blue. It's where your thyroid is. So if you kind of feel below where your Adam's apple would be if you had one, then there's a little soft spot right there, and that's the thyroid, and that's also where you can feel the pulsing of your throat chakra when it's open. It's a deep blue color. Then your third eye chakra, middle of your forehead or a little bit below the middle, back in, it's also where your pineal gland sits. It's indigo, and that's where your intuition is based. Oh, by the way, your throat chakra is speaking out, communicating, being able to use your voice. That's why, for instance, when you're in a situation, for example, maybe around a lot of family members where you can't say what you really think, a lot of people get sick, throat infections, after, say, the holidays and they're around their family. This, of course, doesn't always happen. It's just a pattern I've seen. And then finally, your seventh chakra is about here, over your head, about 6 inches above the top of your head. And it's this violet-white color, and it's your connection to the divine. There are also chakras above and below, and also smaller chakras all throughout your body, but those are the main ones. In a meditation, if you'd like to just picture them with their colors, fill them with light, or whatever feels right to you, that's one of the ways you can connect. Alright, moving on to the main point of this video. I digressed a lot, which I tend to do. So, let's talk about ascension in the third dimension, and also aliens and how they're not completely the end-all and be-all of the story. Something that's come up for me in the past few weeks are the questions about what I say and the information that I give out and how accurate it is and where I'm getting it. And the truth is, and I've never claimed anything other than this, that every single thing I say does not come from the aliens that I hang out with and talk to through meditation, not physically. Believe me, if I could film a vlog with my guide sitting here right next to me and you could see him too, I would absolutely do that. But I do not have the technology to do that right now, so I haven't. And I think that's okay. I don't think that's my job. And it's also not my job to prove through verifiable scientific fact that this happens. It's already been proven. Do your research and you'll see it all over the place. Throughout the past few decades, all over the world, people have been doing studies on this kind of stuff. Various aspects of it. Alright. So, part of what I say is from my contacts. Part of what I say is given to me in meditation. Part of it is what I'm told in all of the conversations that will be in instruction of a starseed. Part of it's from my own training, from my training in psychology, health, energy work. Part of it is my direct downloads from the divine. Everybody has the ability to do all this stuff. There's nothing special about me other than the fact that somehow I stumbled upon a good discipline so that I could develop this stuff in a way that I understood. So that's the only difference. Every single person watching this video, and if you're watching this video and if you like my videos, then it's likely that you're already a contactee and have been contacted either in dreams or during childhood or during meditations or your quiet moments now where you hear inspiring ideas in your head, or you just get something or understand something, or 1,000 other similar examples. It's not anything that makes some humans any better or worse than other humans, whether or not you're a contactee. It's just one of those things that are one of the very many aspects of our race as humans that makes us interesting on Earth. So, I don't claim to be any type of guru or mystic or even teacher necessarily. I'm just telling you what I realize, and a lot of you guys already know this stuff. A lot of what I say just sparks memory, and you remember rather than learn. So embrace that, because we already all know everything, because we're part of the divine. So, that said, that leads me right into why aliens are not the end of the story. Because, yes, it's true, it's a huge paradigm shift. I mean, just the thought that all these centuries the angels we've been talking about are actually extraterrestrials, that will break open a lot of stuff in a lot of people's brains if they can really get it down and embody it and understand what that means. Now, that breaking open of that paradigm also breaks them open from a lot of the constricting, jail-like kind of BS beliefs that we hold about the world that we live in. It's really comparable to the story about the elephant and the rope. When there's a baby elephant, they tie a rope around its leg that it can't pull away from, and then as the elephant grows, they keep that same rope tied around its leg, and it could just move and get away from the rope with no problem at all and escape, but it doesn't, because it doesn't realize that it has that strength. Well, that's kind of what the human race is. So all of these paradigmatic barriers that we're crashing through right now, and all of this stuff that's expanding our knowledge of what this world that we live in, gnat in my eye, is helping us to evolve into the true race of humans. And this is not a ethnicity, it's what our entire species is, that we were always meant to be here on Gaia. So that needs a little bit more explanation here. Okay, knowing that the aliens are here, are communicating with us, have always been communicating with us, is a big deal. Yes, it is, but that's not the end. Aliens are not gods. Our extraterrestrial brethren or star brothers or ET contacts or whatever you want to call it, they're not our rescuers. Granted, they know more about some things than we do, so they can help us understand things, but on the other hand, if we just start looking at them as being the ones to come and save us, it's the same old story, and that's never the point, at least not at this period of time and evolution on Earth or Gaia. The point is that we come into our own power and remember who we are, and remember that we're all divine ourselves, and they're helping with that, but they're not going to be the ones that come in and save the day. We're going to be the ones that come in and save the day. It's already happening. Something that I've become more and more aware of recently through lots of different means of understanding is that there is already a critical mass on this planet of people who can shift things. It's already here, and it's shifting things for the good. So when you wonder if what you do makes any difference, or when you say your prayers or have your positive intentions for the health of the planet, which is very, very important, and that's something that's been coming to me a lot too. Imagine the world that you want to live in. Just imagine as much detail as possible. Give that idea lots of love and emotion to power it. And you quite literally cannot imagine the beneficial impact that you have on our planet. Each human is jam-packed with all of this creative energy, and just send it out there. Just use it, experiment with it, make little intentions and see if they come true. See what does come true, what doesn't come true, what the difference is, and so how you can make your intention setting work better. And also, the less selfish you are about this intention setting, often the better it works. So keep that in mind as well. It's okay to have what you need, of course, but making it me, 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 things I want to experience, things I want to own, kind of misses the point too, because we're all connected. So that should explain, I hope, why aliens are the end of the story. It goes way beyond that. And so that brings me into the next part of this vlog, which will be living an ascension reality in 3D, which I don't really think we're entirely in 3D anymore anyway. It's just that, would we really know what 4D or 5D looked like if we were hanging out there? Kind of like you don't know what dreams are when you're in them. So, ascension. Ascension, it's a process. It's not a destination. It's not ascendedness, having ascended. It's ascension, ascending. It's a verb. A lot of people think that it's some binary thing, which some experiences of it may be. I've heard something along those lines, that it'll kind of be an overnight thing where everything will be different the next morning, but that doesn't mean that you're done the next morning. You'll keep going. Ascension is an experience that we're here to have, not a one day, one time, 1 year amazing thing that happens to us and then life just kind of coasts after that. It's an uphill thing that keeps going, going, going. And I don't mean uphill in difficulty. Actually, it's kind of the opposite. I mean uphill. Oh, there's a beautiful hawk. Hello. Wow. I love nature. Okay. Uphill as far as your vibration goes, as far as our realization of our divine nature is. Okay. So, the ascension process, living in 3D. Like I said a second ago, I don't necessarily think we're completely in 3D anymore. 4D is an emotional place. This isn't the same stuff that the physicists talk about. It's a little bit different, but bear with me because I'm not the only one saying this. You can do some more research on it if you like. 4D is an emotional place, so I don't know if you've noticed, which you probably have, but most of your thoughts now and your awareness now is emotionally based. It's not necessarily the physical humdrum in and outs of daily life as it used to be, even maybe just a couple years ago. Now it's more emotional, more feeling, and so we're already moving. This is something we've been preparing for a really long time, and it's a process that is happening now. Armageddon is not this thing that's going to come all in one day. It's here, it's been happening, it's going to continue to happen, and it's a process. And all of the prophecies aren't necessarily true. Some of them are, some of them aren't. Deciding which is which isn't really that necessary. All we can do is hope that we have the knowledge that we need when we need it. But remember, we're creative beings, so just intend that you'll have that knowledge that you need when you need it, and you will. Even cataclysms don't have to mean a cataclysmic life. They can mean the very thing that it takes to push you through to who you're actually supposed to be, which is often what happens in these cataclysms. So, once you become aware that you're a divine being, which is a process we're all in. I'm just the same as you. I'm aware sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I have a horrible day and I feel pity for myself and all types of stuff like that. Sometimes I dance through my day aware of exactly what the truth is. And the truth is, just as many other people say in different ways, the reality is space, and the reality is divine void that is full of potential. You know, they say atoms are mostly space, all molecules are mostly space, subatomic particles also mostly space. Most of it's not stuff, and then all of the things that are here are flashing in and out of existence all the time. What there is this divine potential, rich in pure creativity, and that's God, right? That's the unifying field beneath all things that the scientists and the quantum physicists know about. It's the thing that religions talk about when they talk about the great unnameable one. It's the same thing that the metaphysical people talk about when they talk about the 0 point field. It's essentially the pure light. And I don't mean photons. I mean essential light, the essence of everything. And that is covered, as you'll see, and this is how you live in ascension while also interacting with the three-dimensional world, as we all must, because we're here in 3D, which might not be 3D, but let's just say it because there's no way to prove it from where I'm standing. There is a thin skin, like a thin veneer of this experience that's the physical over everything. It's a tiny little skin, and the more you see that it's all a veneer, and what it's covering, what's underneath it is this infinite potential of God and of divine energy, then the skin gets thinner and thinner and thinner. Kind of like you become aware of your power of creation once your intentions start happening, and then everything gets easier because you've already kind of proven to yourself that you can do it. So it gets smaller and smaller, and then as you begin to live in synchronicity, as you begin to see these funny little coincidences that make your life wishes come true and make things happen that are even better than what you could have imagined, then you know that you're living closer and closer and closer to that. And eventually I think it's all just kind of blend in our experience of it. Whether or not that does in a way that we can measure with our scientific checks and balances, I don't know. And I can't say because that's not my field. But I can say that the purely being aware of what we are pushes everything a lot faster. So it's not necessarily that you have to reach for this unattainable goal and saying, oh yes, I am a part of God all the time, I'm aware always. What it is realizing that everything is God, literally, and that you are also the same thing. So one of the affirmations that I said recently that came to me and that I added to my little list that I say every day is, I am always aware that I am divinity in a divine design. Because we all are. It's this great big mandala of creation, and we are a piece of it. No more than that, no less than that. I guess it's time for me to end this vlog because a lawnmower started going, so it's perfect. I was done anyway. And thank you for watching. I hope this helped any of you who had questions, and I hope I got across the information as completely as I meant to. I have a feeling this is going to be a really long vlog. Alright, in essence, remember, you don't need to spread any knowledge by being anything other than who you really are at your most present. So remember where you are, remember who you are, look around your life and see how you created all the stuff that's already happening. Think about what worked and what didn't work and use that going forward. And keep shining, go in peace, have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week.